guys. Welcome to Two Queens and Crystal Things, the podcast where we are on some manifest your life, shift your mind, please, and raise the consciousness type of shit. I am Mia.
And I'm Christie, and you can consider us your spiritual girlfriends for the next hour or so. Some of you like to come for us about our time.
Right.
Somebody posted, like, it's going to be 2 hours this time, right? I was like, you know
no,
what?
see?
No. Nope. Okay, so last week's topic, we discussed healing your inner child. And so
Y'all
again,
like this one.
Yeah,
Y'all
this
really like that.
actually
We got a
was-
great feedback about this.
Yeah.
So that's great.
We all have some inner child,
Ooh, child.
to heal. But again, this term was coined by Carl Jung, and this term is frequently used in the psychology and psychotherapy space. And so the inner child is often thought of as a semi-independent sub-personality, which is subordinate to the waking conscious mind, and it's housed in the consciousness. And there are some people that even say that the inner child has its own energy, which I think is really interesting and fascinating. But we did receive comments mentioning how this episode was needed, and we truly, truly thank you all for just sharing, giving us feedback, letting us know. Thank you.
Yes.
All right, so Mia, what is today's
topic? Okay, you guys, we're going to talk about protecting your damn energy.
Yes,
Protect your neck, you guys. Seriously. Okay, we are all energy beings, surrounded by energy, because everything is made of energy.
Everything.
And so because we are all energy and everything that we are around is energy, there's always an exchange going back and forth and around us, right? So the things that you do and the people you associate yourself with have a way of transferring their energy into you and us into them. So this is why it's so important to protect your energy as much as you possibly can. Christy.
Say that. So today we're going to talk about why it's so important for your spiritual and mental growth to protect your energy. And again, this is no one else's responsibility but your own.
Like, for real.
This is like, you wake up and you brush your teeth and you shower. This should be a part of your, like, hygiene. Just like we have
Yes,
our physical
seriously.
hygiene. Like, I really believe that this should be a part of your spiritual hygiene. Because you need your energy and peace to create amazing things in life. And it is completely, again, your responsibility to protect yourself. This is so important. And this is actually one of the first things when I have new clients, this is one of the first things that I teach them, because I think it's really important, especially for empaths. You have to protect yourself. For real.
No. And honestly, and guys, I want you to think of it like this. Say you wake up in the day, it's kind of like a video game. You wake up every day and say you have 100 energy points. You get to decide where you want to expend those energy points. And some things take more energy away from you than others.
Yeah.
So just as we're talking about this, I just want you to think about, what do you allow to steal your points away from you because you're not being conscious and not taking full charge of yourself and your energy. Okay, now?
I like that point thing. Like, have you ever looked at your bank account and you're like, I didn't see this money be withdrawn? Like, who gave you permission?
Who gave you permission?
And sometimes it's the same thing. Like,
yes.
And there are times where people will take from you and you won't realize it.
Will shift your whole freaking day.
Right.
Will shift your whole. You could be having a great day and you allow someone to infiltrate all up in your stuff, and now
don't let them.
You lethargic, don't feel like doing nothing.
Now you're mad,
You like, and I was fine.
Mm-hmm.
But so here's something to think about, especially when protecting your energy, is to be aware of your triggers.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And yeah, be aware of your triggers, because let me tell you something. Our triggers are so deeply personal, and they arise out of your own life story.
Yeah.
So my triggers aren't necessarily Christie's triggers, and Christie's triggers aren't my triggers. And guess what? It's not her job to manage my triggers.
Yeah.
You got to manage your own triggers. And I say the number one thing to do when you're triggered is to acknowledge that you're triggered. When I see your face.
You guys know she sings this song.
I'm like, man, woo, child. And not to act immediately, because it's we can't help how we feel, because again, these triggers are very, very they come out of our life story, things that we've been through. So we can't necessarily help how we feel, but we can help how we react.
True.
And that's the
Facts.
part, that's the growth. That's the, like, okay, I'm triggered. Let me shut up. Let me go figure out and get myself together. Because when we act emotionally, or when we act in response to a trigger, we're not necessarily creating a space and intention for what we really want out of a situation. So we like pause. You know what I mean? And I mean, ooh, girl. Like I would say, honestly, this is an ongoing practice for me. This is an ongoing growth for me. I am aware of my triggers, and I would say I'm probably about a 70-30 not acting and acting, but I still sometimes I just go.
I mean, we do.
And then and I don't feel good afterwards. Like I'm like, and then I'm like, oh, look, it's like I feel like
we are all a work in progress.
My energy goes from circular and round to fluid movement to like static.
Yeah.
Like real quick.
And that's interesting too, because when you said that afterwards you don't feel well.
No.
There are times where I allow myself to be triggered, and again, this is me not managing my triggers, and in that moment, like I can feel like my energy change, like dropping, and I was like, I don't like the way that feels. Like ex-husband number 2. I remember he used to trigger me because he would know like the things to say. This is going to get a reaction out of her. This is going to have her say something to me. And I remember the day where I started to feel myself like, ooh, I'm about to, and then I said, no, I'm not doing it. And once I, like, and we talked about this before, pulling that button away.
Ooh,
like, that button was no longer there. And then it was just like, oh, I don't have anything to get to her. So, oh, well.
I mean, honestly, I'm going to tell you, like, I would like to be at a point where I would choose peace most of the time. Yeah. But, I mean, honestly, every once in a while, I choose violence. Like, it's muscle memory, y'all. Like, I mean, but again, we're healing and working on ourselves. And honestly, when you do take the power away from people to be able to get you there, because and then when you think about protecting your energy, this is something so beautiful about that. Seriously, you have to think about how powerful your energy is. That somebody wants to fuck with your energy, that somebody wants to push that button because they want a response out of you, because you are so damn powerful. So when you don't give somebody your energy, when you are protecting your energy at all costs and you don't give it to them, that's their problem. They can't. It's like, how do I get to her? What do I do? They're trying to do everything, and when you're just like, baby, you don't have the power anymore. Woo, child. Oh my goodness, the power in controlling your own energy and not allowing somebody else to
Because I remember, so this is ex-husband number 1.
Number one?
Number 1.
Thing 1 and thing 2?
Right. Hey, that might be the new name, thing 1 and thing 2. I remember, because so he was abusive, physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, verbally, and I remember the day he called me to curse me out because I had some good news and his mother shared with him and he wasn't happy with it. So he called to curse me out and was like, you still ain't shit. You still ain't nothing. Blah, blah, blah. You fuck, blah, blah. And he went through this entire list. And I remember I stood there and I was not fazed. Like before I would have like cried and like sunk into myself. But I was just like, you know what? Okay, I've heard that. What else? Oh, can you give me something new? Can we hear something else?
Oh, you like, still on that?
Right.
Damn,
and,
grow.
Oh my gosh, that threw him off. He was like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, give me something. You I already said that. I've been that too. Can you give me something new?
Like at least, expand your vocabulary. Right. Go Google some shit.
He was lost, but I felt so empowered because I was like, finally, Christy, you're able to stand up to this person. And once he saw that it wasn't phasing me, I was reclaiming my energy.
Yes.
And that's energy that he would have taken from me.
Yes.
And then he would have walked away feeling empowered.
Yes. Ooh.
Not today. Not today, Satan.
I checked my schedule. No. Not tomorrow either.
No more fucks. All gone. Fresh out. All right, so being aware of your triggers. Another
Energy thieves. Yeah. That's a perfect example of what you're just like what you were just talking about.
Thief.
Your energy. That's an energy thief.
Now, I know you all have had some friends.
Oh, come on now. Oh, my goodness. I can't.
Who have called you up, and every time you see that number, you're like,
here we go. You know it's something. It's never not nothing.
It's never not nothing. And once you get off the phone with them, you feel so drained. And it's like, I remember there was this one friend that used to call me. And I stopped. I was like,
Protect your energy.
Right.
Protect your energy.
And I was so drained every time I would talk to her, and I didn't understand why. She would just she was stealing energy. She was an energy thief.
I mean, when you think about it, when we allow people to literally steal our joy because their life isn't going the way that they want, because they're not protecting their energy. And, oh my goodness. So, again, this is us giving away our power. Giving away our energy when like you said, look, we have all had that friend or friends, group of friend, that relationship, that family person where you just know that it's always something and you start to think to yourself after a while, like, you know what, you're the common denominator in all of this. Everybody is not doing this to you. This is how you see life. This is what you are attracting to your life. And by me allowing you to interact with me, I'm doing the same thing. No, because especially when it's people that we care about, we immediately go into, how can I help? And we're being that sounding board, and you can't help but your energy start to kind of go where they're going.
Yep. And it doesn't always have to be like an energy thief. It doesn't always have to be someone who's like cursing at you or trying to belittle you. It can be someone who is just like vomiting everything that has happened. Oh, this is going wrong. This is going wrong. I can't seem to get on my feet. This is wrong. I can't.
And you know how you talk to these people and you're just like, and you're trying to give them some, hey, look, let's talk about this, and you're trying to help them. And especially as healers, we automatically just like, allow yourself to feel that. But let's start to figure out how we can move forward, because, and it's not that what they're feeling is invalid. Yeah. It's just that does not mean that I have to accept your energy and your feelings. You are totally validated in what you feel for whatever it is that your journey and your life story is. But that does not mean because I consider you a friend that I have to be going down that journey with you. And so we have to allow people people going to be who they're going to be. And you can be who you're going to be. And when those two areas do not converge, that's okay.
Yep.
Protect your energy.
Protect it. And I also think that sometimes we try to empathize by putting ourselves in our friends or our family's situation. And that also drains. I mean, and then it's like the sweet spot. Like, protect yourself, be there to assist if you feel the need or feel called to, but at the same time, like, just don't empathize. There's no need for you to empathize. Be there, be a sounding board. But yeah, protect your energy.
And then also, an energy thief doesn't necessarily have to be a family or a friend, you guys. Hell, the news is an energy thief to me. Oh my
gosh, yes. Which is why I don't have a TV.
Yes, like, it's an energy thief. Like, why I have stopped watching the news for quite some time now. Every once in a blue moon, I'll just turn it on just because I just don't know what the heck is going on. Or what in my building, a lot of people still get paper newspapers, which I love. I love reading the paper. I just miss the paper. And so what I do is I'll go downstairs and just kind of flip through the Trib or the Chicago Sun-Times, and just to see what's going on, especially like when school started and all the strikes and all the stuff was going on. I'm like, let me just see what's going on. And even just reading that is a little bit of an energy thief, because I can't help. And again, this is where you have to have self-mastery and you have to know yourself. I know I'm not at a point, and I don't know if that I will ever be in a point, because I'm sensitive, and I also know, but my sensitivity is also my power.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Did you guys
help.
get that?
For me, look, I'm like,
sensitivity is your superpower.
It is. That's for real. So when I see, like, 53 shootings this weekend, front page, 14 dead, it immediately takes me to a different place, because these are all young kids shooting back and forth. There's grandmas, and then now I'm angry because I'm like, what in the hell? Why are we doing this? So now I'm on my soapbox, and I just don't understand why we're living. And then now that becomes my reality.
Yep.
No, stop. I just allowed the paper, which is also energy, because everything is energy.
Yeah.
That energy to infiltrate me.
Well, and think
that
about
fast.
it. We talked about words being spells.
Yes.
Think about it. Words are very strong. And it's funny because when I was telling my father, he watches CNN 24/7, literally 24/7. And I told him, I was like, I don't watch the news. Well, how do you get your news? People tell me. Like, you'll say stuff. Hey, Christy, did you know? I did not. Thank you. Thank you. Or, other people who know that I don't watch the news. I get the information that way or online.
Well, let's do a little time out on the news. What is actually news? What, if you really think about it, on a day-to-day, like, keeping it 100, and yeah, I worked in media relations for 20 years, so I'm being very serious. On a day-to-day, what do you actually need from the news? Like, think about it. What do you need? Okay, so if I want to know what the weather is,
and that's not always accurate,
right? But if I want to know, like, okay, I have plans. I'm going to go have a picnic out in the park. Let me check the news. Guess what I'm gonna do? I can go on my phone and check that. Or and this is why I say, what do we really need the news for? Or what I can do is, if I'm allow myself to be in my divine self, I can take my ass outside and I can feel the humidity. I can see. You guys, it's not. You know what I mean? Like, we have put ourselves in a situation where we don't allow ourselves to rely on ourselves.
Yeah, that part.
That part. So at the end of the day, if there's a tornado coming, that's what they have the damn sirens for. They look, I'm like, every Tuesday, they test that thing, those sirens, to see if they still work. So if a tornado's coming, then I know. But guess what I also know? If I look outside my dang on window and the sky starts doing something, like, you know how it is when you're outside, we don't trust ourselves. That doesn't look right. You can be sitting outside and you could feel it, like, oh, it's about to rain. Because the wind shifts, the energy shifts, the temperature drops. You can feel it. Like, let me hurry up and get out of here.
You can smell it, and you are so right.
You.
Like,
because we don't trust ourselves. Yeah. We don't believe what we see, even in dangerous situations. If I am going someplace and I'm like, something just does. It feels. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many places I've been where I'm just like, something about to go down. I need to exit, because there's something that happens in the air. It's like for me, it's like everything just gets still. Something, and it makes you kind of pay attention. Now, for me, I have learned over time to trust that shit. Trust it.
That's so true, though. Like, we've gotten to a place where we no longer rely on our intuition.
We don't. And so what we do is that's a form of not protect. We have not protected our energy over time, and we've allowed for something, an institution, something outside of ourselves.
Government.
Thank you. I'm just saying. Something outside of ourselves to tell us where our energy is.
Yeah.
To guide us. And we just follow along trustingly.
Sorry. Man, allergies.
Girl. Anyway, so sorry about that little sidebar, but seriously, when you really think about
everything you're saying makes sense. Complete sense. It wasn't a sidebar.
We
need to get back to trusting ourselves. Ultimately,
at the end of the day, you guys, every last person walking this earth needs to get back to the point where you trust yourself for yourself.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I should not be the authority over what you do for your body.
Hello.
What you do with your mind, your space. You know what I mean?
Hello.
There should be opportunities for if you want to expand and grow, that's what we have. That's what social media could really be for. I want to learn something. I want to be exposed to something else. Then you can go find that. I love that. But nobody outside of me is an authority over me. And that's how every person should be about their own lives.
I need you to say that one more time.
Nobody but me is an authority over me. And every last person listening to this shit understand that about themselves.
Hello. That was a message. So another thing is, we talked about that, being protected of the messages that you allow into your consciousness, and that doesn't necessarily have to be like the radio, TV. It can be news. It can be music, social media. I mean, you guys know music will have you feeling all sorts of things.
Baby. And this is my thing.
Rubbing on yourself.
Right. You can go from feeling. Sometimes, and here my thing is, just be conscious about what you're choosing. If you are in the mood where you feel like, I feel like I want to be a fake gangbanger today, and you want to be driving down the street listening to your trap throwing up gang signs, do you. Just be conscious of the fact that that's what you're allowing into your space. Now, if you're sitting at home trying to create a space where you are, I want to get to myself. I really want to just have this moment and get to myself.
Bone Thugs and Harmony may not
that
be the
might
best
not be
choice.
what you need right at that moment. And sometimes you're having a moment where you want to listen to Sade, you're thinking about that ex, and you're like, hey, I just need to cry it out. Let me allow a message in that's gonna help facilitate. Like seriously, sometimes you feel like I just need to cry.
Yeah.
I know exactly what to put on. Music does that for us. If you are in a good mood, it's like the same something you were working out to, like. It's energy, you guys. And so be conscious about what you're allowing into your space. So be protective of that.
Yeah. And we've kind of alluded to this before, and we've said it in other episodes.
Y'all
You
don't understand how I feel about this.
You are a sovereign being.
Yes,
meaning
ma'am.
you are the boss of you, and therefore you have total control over what you allow in your consciousness.
Period.
You are the expert authority of yourself. No one can tell you that.
You guys, okay, let's just really, for real, think about this. You know what? So, okay, I think about the standard of beauty. Sorry, whoever's about to be upset about this. But seriously, the standard of beauty. When I think about things like this, trust me, I've fallen for the okie doke several times in life. But when I really started thinking about something like this, how is it? Sorry,
I'm making sure my elbows.
Oh no! The mosquitoes got me. Thinking about a time where I would look at myself and wouldn't think that I was beautiful because I didn't look like what I believed was and told was beautiful. Like when I think, if I just thinking about that brings tears to my eyes because I don't think any person, I mean, but I don't think any person should look at somebody else and think because I don't look like that I'm not beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my,
or less than.
Less than. It's
or
just
not worthy or. Yeah.
And so, you guys, if you really think about how much we allow into our consciousness and helping define who we are and what we believe about ourselves and the messages we give to ourselves, I wasn't protecting my energy. I wasn't protecting myself. I wasn't putting a sphere on myself and believing in myself. And now, when I look in the mirror, I think I'm a baddie. I'm like, she bad. And better yet, I don't give a fuck.
I don't care.
I'm not asking you to agree with me about me. As a matter of fact, I want you to look at yourself and think that about yourself. I want everybody to feel that. Who in the hell are you to tell me what is beautiful for me?
Right.
Who are you? Houseway? Who are you? So we should all be feeling this, but when we don't protect our energy and we're not conscious of the messages that are being infiltrated into us. And look, here's the thing. Wait a minute, y'all. You could actually look at somebody else and think they're beautiful too and not take anything away from the beauty that you believe in yourself. Right. No! You can do that?
That's a new concept.
Who said that? I can't believe it. Yes, you can literally say, oh my God, she is so beautiful or he is beautiful and still with that same type of energy and love, look at yourself and look completely different from that person, and believe that you are beautiful too. We put so much freaking limits.
Yeah, we do.
On like, seriously, y'all, for real, just you have total control over what you believe about yourself, unless you give it away.
Exactly.
And I just got to a point, I was just tired of giving it away. Like, what? Let me think about this for a second. So I'm me, and I'm over here, and you're you, and you're over there, and you're you, and you're over there. Now, how in the purity FUCK did I allow you over there, you in your energy bubble,
Right.
to pour into my energy bubble, and I believed it, lock, stock, and barrel. And I mean, and took it and walked around with it. If especially like in relationship, oh my goodness, let me tell you, my ex-husband,
Oh my gosh.
woo, baby, I gave him so much authority over my being. I think about it, oh my God. Number 2, baby, I gave him a lot of, his words would cut so deep. I mean, like, deep. And I mean, I would, because when you love somebody, you trust them. And so when somebody that you, and you know, our relationships are mirrors of us. We say this all the time. So me acknowledging that he's a mirror of me, if this is what he's reflecting back to me, this must be what it is. Wrong. What he was a mirror of is what I believed about myself. That's what he was reflecting back to me. But all I had to do to switch that was just be like, wait a minute, hold on. That's not what I believe anymore. I'm telling you. When you take back your power and your energy from people, they for real don't know what to do. You know how people say, oh, you changed, you acting funny. Yes, that's the fuck I am. Yeah. Yep. I'm acting all the way up. I'm hilarious. I'm acting all the way funny. because now I'm not allowing you to tell me who I am. I'm not allowing you to tell me my worth. I'm not allowing you and your energy bubble, that's just not who I am anymore. So that mirror is not reflecting that back anymore. And when that mirror is no longer reflecting back what I believe who I am, you got to go.
Right.
Period.
And the funny thing is, so with ex-husband number 1, once I started to reclaim my energy back and empower myself and be secure in who I was, he found me more attractive. Remember I told you he was like, you look good. We need to get back together again. Wait, who?
I don't speak English.
I don't understand.
I no comprende, sir. I don't even understand what you're saying. And this is the thing. You know, we all can grow and change, but I honestly do think that as women, I'll just say this, I think we have much more control over our relationships, because I'm going to tell you something. We set the tone and energy in our like, real talk. We really do, because we set the tone for what we'll allow in our relationships. If we don't allow to be treated a certain way, this is the one or two things is going to happen. They're either going to adjust, or they're going to adjust themselves up out of there.
Right.
You're either going to adjust your behavior and we can keep this moving, or you decide, well, I don't, you know, the person that you're with is either going to say, well, this is how okay, that's good for you, but this is where I am. And so,
but don't you bring your energy down on that person.
Ding, ding, ding.
No.
That part.
No.
And as I've grown, even after my divorce, as I've grown, I think that I've allowed my ex to grow in seeing himself. And not by me telling him, you need to do, because guess what? Nope. I need to do what I needed to do for me. Yeah. I'm not about to go and push where I am on my journey on you, but just because, you know, we have a child together. And so that's allowed us to have a different type of relationship now, where there's much more respect there for each other. And it's like, oh, dang, I see you. And it's like, that's dope.
See, I think with that also speaks to his maturity. Like, I think that takes time, because not everyone, because me and my ex, we don't talk. I'm fine with that.
We got 2 kids together.
And I'm fine with that, but I think that also shows that he was in a place where he was able to be mature enough to see things in a different place.
And but also, it's like, you know, people can only do what you allow them to do.
Facts. Yes.
So once I'm like, no, just no. No shade. I have love for you forever. We're going to continue to co-parent and raise this child. And then our relationship changed because I changed myself first. And it wasn't for him. I didn't do this shit for anybody else. It was just, I got to the point where like, I'm tired. This is not adding up. This is not making sense. Something, you know what I mean? My triggers were getting triggered too much. And then it also just, like, it's time to blow it up. Yeah. It's just time to blow it up, meaning me and mine. And then I'm telling you, when you change and protect your energy, again, not for anybody else. If your intention is to help, to like, you gonna see me. Make your attention about let me get into me, and you start protecting your energy. I'm telling you, the way that people treat you, it's your energy demands. If you come over here, know what you're dealing with. You're gonna get all the love and compassion and caring. But if you cross the line where it's your level of treatment does not match my level of energy, I am okay with cutting you off at the knees real quick.
Bye-bye.
Very, very quick and with love. But get the hell on.
Right.
And so protect your energy and watch what happens.
Yeah.
Watch how you start getting treated. Watch how people will, and yes, you will lose some people. Some people will exit themselves out of your life. They're going to try to make it difficult, but that's not your problem.
Yeah, and then some people are also in our lives for a season and a reason.
And that's it. And we appreciate you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And there will be some who are like, oh, and they will adjust. Yep. And believe it or not, you guys, people seeing your healing, your loved ones, sometimes you are the person that's going to break the generational curses in your family.
Yep.
In your friend groups. Just by healing yourself. I say this all the time. Healed people heal people, you guys. So when you start to heal, it's like you're putting something out there that's like, wait a minute, I kind of like how that, she smells different. She like, what is that?
Looks different.
Are you glowing? What's going on with you? Why your skin look good? What the? Hold on. Let me go back in my memory. What is this girl been doing? She's taking care of herself. She going, okay, well, let me see. I kind of like how that feels. And then you'll start seeing people that you never thought.
Right.
Hitting you up like, hey,
can I get some of that?
Don't tell nobody, what's up with that spiritual stuff you talking about?
Outside, that's the truth. That's the truth.
It's true.
Can I come by and talk to you? I got a couple questions.
I got a couple questions. I'm just, yes. And so, and that's all from you just protecting your own energy. Come on now. But remember, you have control over your own stuff.
Yes.
Your own stuff.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about this, because this is a for real thing. Especially, y'all, with everything that's currently going on in society, energy and disease.
I promise I'm not going to get on my soapbox. I promise. But I will say, going back to what you said, everything is energy.
Yes.
It all starts with energy. So if you think about how disease or dis-ease manifests itself physically, it starts with energy. And that's one of the reasons why energy work is so important. Because if you don't pay attention to that and you just continue on with your life and you're off, imbalanced, your chakras are off, and you're not doing healing work, it's going to manifest itself in disease. And a weak mind produces illness. And I will also say, going back to the media, and this is when I realized that I just could not do it anymore, fear suppresses your immune system.
Facts. Because that's our message for today, for real.
I want to say that again. Fear suppresses your immune system. And so that's one of the things that's really important. It all starts with energy.
So, Christy, like, real talk. Okay. How many diseases can you think of just off the top of your head where the number one thing for the stress is stress related? People, like, it starts with you allowing yourself to be stressed, you know what I mean, and not protecting your energy. And so it's then because so many, and that's all your energy.
Heart
disease, strokes, diabetes, so many things. It's all stress related. When we start gaining weight for no freaking reason, stress related. Because then what happens when you start gaining weight? Your body starts to protect itself. It's like a wound. So you kind of blow up a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, dead serious. And you're not protecting your energy, and it's all from stress.
Yeah. And even think about, I mean, there are times where have you ever been so stressed that you actually threw off your cycle?
Yes!
So, I mean, think about it. Stress can even throw off your hormones.
Ladies, think about this. How many times have you thought to yourself or called your doctor and be like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not pregnant. My cycle is not here. Or it went from 4 days to 2 weeks. What is going on? What does the doctor say? Are you stressed?
Right.
Have you been stressed lately? Like, yeah, I have been working like 80 hours a week and haven't been getting much sleep. You're not protecting your own energy. And guys, can I say something? Can we normalize or de-normalize the idea that you got to work yourself to the bone?
Oh, yeah.
No sleep.
No.
And again, I am a recovered her. I am she. I'm gonna tell you something.
The story that you shared when you were having your baby and you were in the hospital on your BlackBerry, still working in labor.
Like in labor. What? Girl, get out of here. What's wrong with you? I mean, like, working to 2 o'clock in the morning, come home, take a 2-hour nap, get up and back at the office for a 7 o'clock meeting. If you don't get the whole hell. But that's where I was at that time. That's stress. And so we need to denormalize that. Take care of yourself first and foremost, because guess what's going to happen? That business still going to run.
Yep.
And, Simone Biles.
She's the second, this year.
I love what this woman did, even with just by protecting her energy.
Yeah.
She sent a message to all of us. Put yourself first. This woman is in the Olympics, which for her sport is the pinnacle. Mm-hmm. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she says something's not right. I need to go take care of myself.
Yep.
And people are applauding her because they're realizing, like, wait a minute. Because you just think about what type of message that sends to other young athletes or grown women like us. It's just like, wait a minute, this 24-year-old young lady is able to pull out of the Olympics because she's protecting her own energy. Ooh, child.
And that speaks volumes, because Naomi Osaka, she was the first to do that. And so now it's like, Black women are no longer accepting the title of strong, pushing
at
through,
all costs.
Right. It's like,
pushing through for whom?
Yeah, for whom?
For you know what I mean? Like, we have to. That is an example of protecting your energy. Yep. And I mean, and you could tell, like, when she girl, she did it when she's crying. She's like, and she's upset that she feels like she was disappointing her teammates, but she made the choice for her.
Yeah.
And it's so difficult. This woman has given so much to the sport. So much. This stuff they won't even allow this woman to do in competition because they're scared if the other athletes try it, they'll hurt themselves. Girl,
and they didn't even know how to score it. But the thing for me is the people who were coming for her, like, I can't believe you let your American team down. Like, the pressure.
Can you believe? And this is also what happened. We talked about this. Just like when it's the same thing. When you pull back your energy from your ex-husband and said, okay, now what? They don't know what to do.
Like,
so people really get, and you got to think about what type of person really going to get in their feelings when you choosing you over them.
Hello.
You really got to think about what type of person is that? Because I'm protecting my energy? Let me think about that for a minute. Is this somebody I want to be like, okay, so you murdered me because I chose me. I didn't come over to your house and say what you needed to do. All I did was protect me, and you're mad? Ooh, thank you for leaking. Thank you thank you with your leaky, ignorant,
showing me
who you are. Yes. Thank you. I appreciate that. Now let me go over here and take care of myself. But let me file that in my file cabinet. Ding. Got that. Okay. But I'm taking care of this right now. But I remember that. Seriously, you guys. Protect your energy at all costs. I love that she did that. Real talk.
Yeah.
I love that she did that.
And I think it's going to be happening more often because I think many of us are realizing that we are in fact stressed. And we've just gotten so accustomed to it, and we've gotten so like sold on to this, work 24/7, no sleep. This whole mentality that's just like, yeah, that's not working for us anymore.
And I mean, think about especially a lot of athletes. You get one. It's like this. I don't know. It's this weird thing. You get to a point where you are the best in the world, or one of the best in the world, and everyone's looking. And all of a sudden, you're not you anymore. And I love. She said this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful thing. She said, the support. Yes, okay. She's like, the support that I'm getting from people makes. Oh, I'm almost about to cry. So, the support that I'm getting makes me feel like I'm more than my accomplishments, and I hadn't felt that before.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
And how many of us go through life feeling like we are only our accomplishments, or
right.
I am this job, or I am how much money I make. And that's not who we are. We have completely forgotten
right.
who we are. And when we take that power back, I'm like, I need to go figure out who I am, because I can't, I'm not just this gymnast. Y'all do know I have I'm a woman.
Feelings. I'm a human. Like, I have feelings.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm here too. And being able to acknowledge that moment within yourself. And unfortunately, we all have these type of moments.
Yeah.
Unfortunately for her, she's on the world stage. So she just had to have this moment in front of the whole freaking world. You know how hard it is for us to have it by yourself in your bedroom in the corner?
So remember when you had your time in the bathroom?
Yes,
imagine being like in the public
eye.
Right.
Can you imagine?
Oh, she's in the bathroom right now. It's like, you can't even, and that's another thing. Like, that's one of the reasons why I don't need to be in the limelight, because I want to continue being me, and I want to be me and authentically me, and I don't want to grow into this thing where I feel like I have to give excuses or I have to explain things away. No, today's a hard day. So if I need to go away and I need to cry, that's what I'm going to do.
That's what I'm going to do. And like, you guys, as you know, we say this a lot. We need to show ourselves some grace.
Yep.
Show ourselves.
It's so easier though to show other people grace, but it's
so
hard.
Much. Oh my God!
I don't know why.
When we take off our mask, I mean, and I say this all the time and again. When I think about
no
these
pun
things,
intended.
Right? When I think about, I genuinely. Like, for real, I would have argued to my dad if they told me different. I genuinely believed that I had to put on a different mask and be a different person depending on the situation that I was in. I didn't think I could be all of Mia and authentically no matter where I was. I thought I had to be this for this person, this for this person. When I go around these people, I have to be this. And no. That's how we lose ourselves. We can't lose ourselves. We gotta love on ourselves. Not lose. It's LOVE, not LOSE. But I will say the journey back to self is so fun. It's so fun. It is so freaking fun. And there's so many, and I love that we're even having these type of discussions. I love that there are so many people have it, and there are these platforms for us to be able to just come out and speak about the real deal, what's really going on, because there's somebody, if it's one person listening to this and they say, okay, I'm not crazy. Okay, because I knew something wasn't feeling right. I just, thank you. That's what we're here for. Because I when I started this, I don't remember having a lot of place to go to. That's why my ass was in the bathroom at work having a full out crying fest. Like, I don't know what to do. Like, it all just freaking crumbled, and I didn't feel comfortable. I didn't feel like there was a safe and space for me to be vulnerable. So I'm just sucking it in. Ooh,
tucking it away.
Thank God for growth. Come on. Real talk.
Well, yeah. And we have all done that, just tucked it away.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's, for whatever reason, we're taught that that's what makes you strong. Okay, and I am the first person that does this. I will tuck my feelings away and not deal with them. And I'm just like, okay, brushing on the rug, keep moving forward. Shit needs to get done.
I got stuff to do.
Right. But I'm working on it. I'm learning. Let the tears flow. Let's talk about energy and intention.
Well, just like you said, think about it. When you, just how you said, like, you would take the feelings and because stuff needs to get done. So think about now.
The intention is that I'm not making myself a priority by doing that.
So now your intention has changed. So what you're putting out into the world under that, like, stuff just has to get done. Let me sweep this under the rug. It's bullshit. We're not even able to be, like, real talk. We're not even able to put out our best and brightest and give the gift that we have. Like, we're all a gift. And we all have gifts, and we all have all of us. We all have different. So, but if we're not, we all have different gifts. Excuse me, and we all have a purpose. But if we are not protecting our energy, it changes our intention. So we're given. So you being a half-ass mama, like, real talk, a half-ass colleague, a half-ass wife, because you haven't protected and loved on yourself and protected your energy, so the intention with which you're putting out in the world does not match the queen or the king that you are.
Yeah, I fully agree.
And I mean, at the end of the day, like, seriously, intention is everything. We talk about this too. And the intention with which you do something. So if somebody is out there and because energy is everything. I'm like, if you have an intention to be with someone, but your intention is to milk them or to harm them, you might get away with that. Oh, but
it's gonna come back.
But baby,
It's gonna come back.
and you might even be able to fool a couple people with that. But now you've put that intention out into the world. You have put that energy out there. Just the same as when you start loving on yourself, protecting your energy, the type of love and energy that comes back to you because that's what you put out into the world. It comes back, same damn thing.
Yep.
And all of us have gotten that bite back in your ass because you have putting things out into the world with poor intention because you haven't protected your energy.
And it comes back. It does.
And it comes back. It may not be the next day. Ooh.
It may not be immediate, but
you guys, seriously.
And you will be butthurt too. You'll be like,
what had happened now? Okay,
doesn't
so
feel good.
Christy, what can we do to protect our energy?
All right, so some of you guys may feel otherwise, but stop judging people.
Come on.
Stop being so critical. And this is, I don't do a lot of gossiping, and I try to stay away from it. I remember being a part of some groups where we would have meetings, and I'm just going to say that, groups. We'd have meetings, and they would be gossiping about other people. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go. I don't need to be around this.
Serious. And I mean, think about it. And it takes a minute to see this, but what we judge and criticize in people is just, that's what we're seeing in ourselves. That's all.
Yep.
If we're upset because someone is, they put themselves out there a little bit more, and we're judging like, oh, she's always, you mad because you're not, because you really want to
that. And so I
find real talk.
And now I feel very grateful to be in a space now where I catch myself having those thoughts like, who does she think she is? And I have to tell myself, like, she's who she is.
Yes. But and then so you have to, when we judge people, you have to ask yourself,
like,
what about this is triggering me? Why do I feel like I need to criticize somebody else? And even if they dead wrong,
that's none of my business.
Are you, Karen? Okay, sorry.
None of my business.
Another way to protect your energy is to believe in your intuition.
Yeah.
Like, you guys, like I said, we stop relying on something outside of you to tell you what to do with yourself. Believe in your own intuition. Mm-hmm. And honestly, people say, but I don't know how to. Yes, you do. Just start. Immediately. Just like right now. As soon as, if something doesn't, it's simple as what you put in your mouth, what you're thinking about. You know how sometimes you're like, oh, should I call? And something says, no, you probably need to sit your ass down, but you do it anyway. Like, seriously, you guys, just trust your own intuition.
Yeah.
Just try it and see how beautiful it is.
Like, how are you feeling? And that's
Yes.
something that I have to question myself a lot. Like, even when I'm around people or if I'm in situations, like, okay, well, how is this, like, I do a check-in. Like, how is this making me feel? If it's making me feel, then I probably need to choose a different path.
Yes.
But if it's making me like, okay, this feels good. This feels like, you know, my heart is lit up. Okay, this is good. This is good. But yeah, believe in your intuition. It's there for a reason, and we all have it.
Yes.
This isn't just like something special. We talked about this earlier, but stay away from people in situations that drain you. You just don't have any more fucks to give. Like,
no, don't do
your
this to yourself.
Your account is depleted.
No more.
No
Wait.
more.
This one, I love these little IG reels. They make me giggle so much. This woman said, I just want to know, where are y'all getting all these fucks? Is it a fuck superstore? Please, because I don't have one. But seriously, stay away from stuff like that. Honestly, this is a very easy and simple way to start protecting your energy. Clean your space.
Oh, yeah.
Physically and energetically. You guys, for real, clean your space. Declutter your life. Mm-hmm. It's very difficult to think with a clear mind when you're sitting in clutter. And also you got to think about, oftentimes how we even get to a place of clutter is because we are lethargic. Our energy is low. We don't feel like getting up and doing that. I mean, of course, everybody has times, where it's just like, okay, I need to straighten up. That's not what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're walking in your house and you're in any room in your house and you got to walk over and around something, you didn't just move, and you're not allowing the energy of your home to be clean. Like, you want your mind to be clean so that you can have this beautiful energy as you create in this world. And also clean it energetically. Smudge your house. Y'all, seriously, open them dang on windows, open them doors. If your home, because I'm gonna tell you something, your home is your sacred space. I don't care if you're in a 5,000 square foot house or if you're in a 400 square foot studio. Your space is your sacred space. When you clean your space, it's your sanctuary. Whatever space you're in can feel like your heaven. If you're not walking in your home, now again, I don't care what it is, and you are not like, you feel like, okay, like the day just comes off of you, and like you're just so happy to be in your sacred space, something's wrong.
Yeah. There have been times where I've been meditating and my guys have been like, you need to clean up.
Girl, yes, they were straight to... For real.
Like, yes,
okay.
I do.
So you could, and one way to do that energetically, smudge your space.
Yep.
Get you some sage, some Palo Santo, hell, incense. But for real, I would really suggest if you feel like that stagnant air and that stagnant energy in your home, again, listen to yourself. You know when your home feels stuck and stagnant, open those windows and smudge with the intention of, I'm clearing out all this old and stagnant energy. Yep. Because if you ask the universe for, say, hey, okay, I'm manifesting $1 million to myself, okay, real talk, but there's no room. There's like, you have to let go of something to receive what it is that you want. But if you sit up there stuck, hold on, like your fists are clenched.
It has to be an exchange of energy.
Thank you.
Like you
open your hands. Release that stagnation. Release that old, so that the new can come in. And have faith that whatever you put out there with the intention that you believe that I have faith that this is coming to me, that is coming to you. What's another way?
Well, of course, meditate.
Durr.
So during my meditation, I visualize a bubble. Usually it's towards the end of when I'm finishing up. But I envision light, being surrounded by light, and I envision a bubble protecting me, and that's how I protect myself spiritually. How does that work for you? Like, what do you do?
I mean, for me, like, meditating is I would tell you like I try to meditate every day, honestly, like in the morning, in the evening, sometimes just, but when I do feel that icky energy, is like something like, okay, something's going on, I will straight say, okay, I need a minute, I need to go meditate, because it's just like, let me just get back to self. Something's going on.
Yeah.
It's just an awareness. And there's so many things that we can do, like right at that moment, and it doesn't have to be 30 minutes. It doesn't have to be, it could literally be like, go sit your ass down someplace for 5 minutes, close your eyes, do some nice breathing for a second, and just clear your space. And I sometimes, depending on where I am, I will put a bubble around myself to protect my energy, because sometimes you got to walk through the lion's den. Sometimes you got to, I get it, okay, I'm walking through the demon's den, okay, fine, I'm here, but let me just put this bubble around me, because I'm not about to let you infiltrate. Right. So sometimes do that. You guys, another thing, we talk about crystals all the time, but I would tell you, Christy remembers the real word for this, but crystals' energies do not fluctuate, right? So unlike us, they don't go up and down and in and out, and they have the power to receive energy. And they receive energy, they can reflect it back to you, or they can hold energy, they can take energy and spit it back out. So look into
crystals are awesome.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's
and that helps.
Oscillatory rate.
Thank you. That word, what she said. when you like in my home, I have crystals in my home, and they all have a certain intention in the room, like for whatever room that they are in. And I mean, we use them in our healing practices too, but I'm just saying, like in my home, it's I set the intention. Let me tell you something. If you walk in my house with an attitude, you're gonna be mad, because you're gonna be like, I don't know why I can't keep it, because above my door, I'm clearing you out before you walk up in this.
Yes, I have selenite above my door.
And I have a shungite. I have a shungite and a selenite above my door. Keep that negative shit outside. And on my front door too. I'm very clear about what you come into my house. It has love. I have a plate on my door that says love. So if you come in here on something like it's gonna make you stop and you're like, oh, okay. It's hard to walk in here mad, because why? What you mad for? Why? But crystals do help you to create that energy. And I mean, I would say, I got a protection stone in every corner of my house. Y'all, I do not play. But I would say, if you want to start off with something, get you a clear quartz. Get you some clear quartz. Okay? It's the mother stone. And then one protection stone. Something, black tourmaline, shungite.
Hematite.
There you go, hematite. But yes. Okay, sorry.
Or the crystal that we're going to talk about today.
Oh, awesome sauce. And then, you know how you set a standard for your life? It's like, set energetic standards for your life.
Yes.
For the things that you allow in your energy, for the people that you allow in your energy. Ladies and gentlemen, we will set standards for people we're going to date all the time. They got to have this, they have to have that, they got to look like this. They have to, they can't open their mouth when they chew. I mean, we have some strong standards, okay? And we will get very, very, very picky about that. Do that with the energy that you allow in your space.
Keep the same energy.
Keep that same energy. Get real picky about the energy that you will set your standards high. Set your energetic standards high. And then you talked about this too, Christy.
Yeah, visualize yourself surrounded by white light, or whatever color light you feel makes you feel protected. Like, some people might feel like white light is a protective light for them. Some people might feel like red or orange. There is no right or wrong way. This is all for you. You are responsible for this. So whatever feels good to you.
What's your takeaway, Christy?
That not only are we responsible for our own energy, but we are responsible for protecting it as well.
Aww. I'm sorry, I was just looking at my cat River. He's just so cute, just taking a nap. He's listening to the
folded paws.
I love him. That would be my takeaway. It's your responsibility. Yeah. Not only it's your responsibility, and to hopefully this is a reminder that you have the power to. It's your responsibility, but you have the power to. You don't need fully equipped. You came out like this.
Yeah.
So step into your power. So you guys, honestly, the simple work for this week is everything we just told you. Protect your neck. No, seriously, protect your energy, you guys. At all costs. Protect your energy at all costs. Love yourself enough to do that. For real. Just choose you.
You're worth it.
That's your temple work. What's our week?
Well,
what's our crystal? Excuse me.
Crystal.
I said, what's our week?
So the crystal for the week is Apache tears. Am I saying that right?
Apache.
There we
I
go.
know, but that's probably
Apache tears.
Don't listen to me.
No,
That's how I say it. That doesn't
I
mean
think it
it's
is
right.
Apache.
Okay.
Yeah, I couldn't get it together, but yeah, Apache tears. So the element is earth and fire, and chakras. It's great for the root, sacral, and the heart. So Apache tears is a type of obsidian, and so this stone can be used for grounding and for protection from negative energies. So this particular crystal also links easily with one's emotional body and can be used to cleanse and heal old wounds or emotional baggage one may be carrying from the past, whether this life or a previous one. And so Apache tears can open the floodgates of grief, allowing cleansing and release of feelings and woundedness or victimization. This crystal can also be considered a vacuum for negative vibrations.
Ooh.
So you want to get rid of some, suck it right
I
up.
like that.
Get you some what'd you say again?
Apache tears.
Apache tears. Yes, get that. So lastly, this stone reminds us that spirit is all around us within every particle and wave of this dense material plane, which is a 3D plane. So grab you some.
Get you some.
Use it to protect yourself. There was actually someone, and I've never worked with this crystal. Have you?
No, I haven't worked with Apache
I've never
tears.
worked with it, but there's someone that I know. I don't know if she's listening to this, but her parents died, and so she got this crystal to help her through the grieving process. But that was the first time that I've ever heard of anyone working with it.
I actually, there is a shaman that I know, she's Native American. She told me about this crystal a while ago. I just haven't run into it. Actually, I think they might have them at the Lotus
They
Den
do.
now. Look, I'm like, yeah,
they have it.
I've been working the crystals that I have. You know how like when you find what works for you, I just have what I found what works for me. So I just haven't used it yet. But
yeah,
she's a shaman and she really likes this crystal.
Same.
Yes.
Yeah.
What's the affirmation?
Okay, so the affirmation that I thought went really well with this crystal is I affirm that the earth is my home, that I am grounded, safe and protected, and I release any wound or negativity that may hold back my spiritual growth. I really, really like that.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys. So I'm Christy mentioned this earlier, but honestly, this is a message that I got actually yesterday when I was doing my meditation in the morning. Which is how we got to protect your energy. Protecting your energy is of the utmost importance, especially what we're going through right now as a collective in this world. Spirit always wants us to remember that we are not alone, but Spirit also wants us to remember how much control we have over ourselves, the authority we have as sovereign beings. Remind yourself that you are literally, truly a spiritual being, for real, having a human experience. The manipulation, open your eyes, okay? And I'm not talking about any one thing. I'm talking about everything. This can come from family members, relationships, institutions, whatever it may be. Anytime people are using fear to make you make a decision about your life, they're trying to scare the purity hell out of you. That if you don't do something or do something that you believe is right for yourself, that they're trying to scare the hell out of you, you need to pause just for 1 second. Just pause. Just give yourself a timeout. Because when there's a manipulation afoot, fear is the number one way to get people to do what you want them to do. Think about it. We do this all the time in relationships with people.
Yep.
If you don't do this, I'm gonna leave you. That's using fear as manipulation. And I'm not even gonna go there, but this goes on so much of a grander scale, and it's happening so much right now. Spirit wants you to remember who the hell you are. Remember that you, one, are a sovereign being. Remember that you have the divinity within you. You are a divine being with full authority over your life. Allow people the space and opportunity to exercise their divinity. But let me tell you something. Spirit doesn't... Spirit does not want us. We did not come down here to allow somebody else's divinity to take over our life.
Right.
Do you hear me? We did not choose to come into this life to give up our authority and forget our I amness.
Mm-hmm.
You are a divine being. You are nothing but a pure manifestation of source. Chosen in this body. Chose this body, this time, and this space to live here. Specifically in this time. Yes, this crazy time. You chose. And you just need to think about, for a reason, why did I choose to be here? And know that you did choose willingly. But you didn't choose so that you can give up on yourself and give away your divinity. That's not why you're here. Okay? Choose yourself, choose to love yourself, and be very cognizant of the manipulation tactics and tools that are being used to make you give up who you are, to make you give up your decision-making powers, to make you give up the authority over yourself. Okay? Spirit loves you. Call on your team. Call on whatever deity, ancestors, loved ones. Connect with them and bring yourself back into who you are. Mm-hmm. Allow love into your energetic space, but it starts with you.
Yep.
Okay? You guys, choose you. Know who you are and know that you are loved. And that's it. And that's all.
Okay, so that was a word. I was getting chills.
Y'all,
that's
for
a great
real,
reminder, though.
It is.
That's a great reminder. Because it happened. I'm sorry, let me shut up. That's a great reminder.
No, for real. And that was literally from my meditation. I was like, oh, okay, I got it. Let me share with the group, because that's what we here for, mm-hmm. to share when we hear. Like, this is important, you guys, and it's all love.
It is. And
Choose you
all the time. So, quick.
Yes.
We talked about sharing.
Yes.
So one of our listeners, Mango in the Sun, she asked us, so she knows that we were traveling, she asked us to please share with the listeners highlights on what we learned mm-hmm. and loved about our trips on this show.
Ooh. Well, Christie's probably was a little more spiritual. I ate my way through New Orleans. Like,
that could be spiritual
actual
too.
Factuals. No, but I was, honestly, I would say what was more important for me was a trip is just that I listened to myself. I just knew I needed just a little bit of space, just mm-hmm. a little bit of time, and this was a form of self-care and love for me.
And that's you.
Like, I just needed to. Yeah. So this was me listening to my intuition. But I'm gonna tell you something, you guys. One thing that I was reminded of on this trip is, because whatever energy you put out, you receive back. And because I go to places with an open heart, I receive so much love, and I'm so grateful for it. And New Orleans is one of those places, and I said, and I put this on, and I posted about this. I'm like, it's just one of those places where there's no strangers, it's just friends you haven't met yet.
I agree.
And so this was just a reminder for me that food is delicious, and I love it. But when you go places, go with an open heart and an open mind, and allow yourself to just be and accept the love that you accept the love that you give out, because you deserve it too.
Yep.
What about you, Christy?
That's a good thing. So on my trip, what I learned, well, I learned to connect with the ocean. And so on my trip, we had
Girl, you an old mermaid.
I
Of course
know,
you
and
did.
that's the funny thing is, so our guide called me that. He would always call me like mermaid queen.
Told you a mermaid. She
But-
never listen to me.
I know, and then it always comes back full circle, and me is like, I told you. But so I connected with the ocean, and it was, I mean, it's interesting. So in my other previous lives, I didn't have a fear of water. You know, like water was always a part of me, and I love the water. I love it. But in this particular lifetime, because of my shoulder and me not now being able to swim like I used to, I have developed this fear. So what I loved about the trip, so I learned to connect with the ocean. What I loved about the trip was that I overcame this fear of being in the ocean. Like, I just have this thing of being in the center of this large, vast body of water. Anyway, so I went scuba diving, and it was the best experience ever. So it was a really great trip. Spiritual, yes, very spiritually
Wait,
focused.
was
but
it
great.
scuba or snorkeling?
I'm sorry, snorkeling.
Okay.
Thank
No,
you.
I was asking
It
because
was
I wanted to know.
snorkeling. I think I did say scuba diving. It was snorkeling.
Okay.
I
I told you were going to love it. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was beautiful. So, thank you for asking us to share that Mango in the Sun.
Absolutely.
And thank you
We
for
love
listening.
you guys.
Yes,
Thank you for listening.
thank you.
For real, for real. It really does mean something to us.
You all are the real MVPs.
For real, in real life. Don't forget to share our podcast with your loved ones, your friends, or even if it's someone you like, hey, you need to kind of think about.
You need this healing your inner child episode right here.
You guys, it is about sharing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And also, I want to make sure that I don't forget this. Please follow us on our personal page
Oh,
on
yes.
Instagram. Mia, I always hype her up. I mean, she really is legit the best reader that I've had. She's
she
also
trying
an
to make
amazing Akashic record reader. She does Reiki, sound healing. Follow her on her page. Reach out to her for any services. She can be found at Wings Unleashed 444. Wings as in like butterfly wings.
Yes,
Unleashed, like
wings.
releasing. Unleashed 444.
And my sister over here. Oh, y'all! I can't wait for y'all to see what she about to do, y'all. But anyway, this I know, but it is what it is. But this lovely queen is an energetic healing queen. I'm telling you, I go for her for my healing, and she pulls me right back. Like, don't forget who you are. Do not forget who you are, and it's helpful. So please call her. She is a Reiki healer, a crystal healer, and a sound healer. So get into that. Anyway, we love you guys.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Until next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love.
And soul. Okay.